another elimination game this weekend. Number 14 LSU at number 8 Alabama. All right. Alabama is the 3-point favorite here. Now, with a win on Saturday and a win against Kentucky the next week or a loss by Ole Miss, Bama clinches the SEC West, right? It's kind of the same thing for LSU, but this is really already bubbling to the surface for me. Offensive coordinator Tommy Rees at Alabama was offensive coordinator for Brian Kelly at Notre Dame. Brian Kelly's at LSU. And after losing to LSU last year, what did Nick Saban do? He went and got a former coordinator for Brian Kelly to call his offense. Already very excited about this one because I'm sure that both of those guys know a ton about each other and a ton about each other's strategies and how they like to attack. I think that's going to be really cool to watch that chess match play out. But it's also going to be Alabama's offense against what has not been a great, by any stretch, LSU defense. Now, they're not going to have Mekhi Wingo. They're also going to be down 3 really great defensive backs in Zy Alexander, Deuce Chestnut, and Denver Harris. But they still got a Harold Perkins over there. And Nick Saban better have had 2 guys on Harold Perkins at lunch yesterday because that dude can wreck anything you want to do offensively. Anything, especially with a guy like Jalen Milroe, because the thing about Alabama's offense is that they're going to allow sacks of Jalen Milroe, or I should say Jalen Milroe is going to allow sacks of Jalen Milroe. The Alabama offensive line has given up 4.38 sacks per game. Sacks is a quarterback statistic mostly, right? If you give the dude 2 seconds to throw the ball and he don't throw the ball, that's on him. Alabama does that. They give Jalen Milroe time to throw. But the thing that makes Jalen Milroe great is his ability to get time to toss it downfield. And when the clock expires for the offensive line, he can usually make you right. Like he'll run away from people. He'll take some sacks. He's as much a home run hitter as Jace McClellan is, as Roydell Williams is. On the outside, Jermaine Burton and Isaiah Bond. Those are the guys that he's going to try to hit against a depleted LSU secondary because I have little faith that Matt House can keep the lid on that defense for Alabama, which has not been great at scoring the ball, by the way. They're 78th in yards gained. They're 74th in penalties per game and 50th in scoring. Jermaine Burton's going to have to keep his head on. No stupid penalties for Jermaine Burton. Okay? Alabama, false starts. Got to stop it. Okay? You got to allow your defense to do what your defense does because that's the strength of this Alabama team. It's going to be Chris Braswell and Dallas Turner coming after a remarkably efficient Jayden Daniels. Okay? It's going to be Kool-Aid McKinstry lined up against Malik Neighbors going, you won't catch a pass. Okay? It's going to be Terrion Arnold coming back from getting beat because Terrion Arnold's going to get beat at least once, right? We're going to see it. Nick Saban's going to chew him up. He's going to stand him back out there, and Terrion Arnold's going to make another play. Okay. Caleb Downs been outstanding on that back end too, right? And when Malachi Moore's in there, Malachi Moore's great. I really think the 2 stars of these teams are going to be Alabama's defense versus LSU's offense. Jayden Daniels has had a Heisman-winning season so far, over 2,500 yards passing. I think he's got 5 games of 300 yards passing or more, 25 pass TDs to 3 interceptions. But the Bama D is long and strong and forceful. 3.5 sacks a game. They're going to get pressure. They're going to get home. It's can you survive that onslaught? And can you get 6 when there's 6 there to get? Because you can't afford to kick field goals against a Bama team that can go put up 28 in a hurry. And I think that's going to be what's going to take. LSU's going to have to score at least 4 times to beat Alabama. And I'm not sure that Alabama won't be able to score at least 5 times against LSU's defense. But you know what? Mike Denbrock is obliged to let Jayden Daniels throw the ball all over the yard because that defense is the best beneath the Mason-Dixon line, but that's your best way of trying to beat that defense. I'm excited to see which one of those guys comes out because Youngsville's own Malik Neighbors is outstanding. 56 catches, I believe damn near 1,000 yards, 981 yards, and 9 TDs so far. He, Troy Franklin, and Marvin Harrison Jr. have been 3 of the better wide receivers that I've seen play all year. I'm still picking Bama. I'm still picking Bama is inevitable. Like, Bama's winning the football games that anybody else would lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, Texas is one thing. But somehow coming up with a win against Ole Miss, just finding ways to grind it out, right? Coming from being able to do what they did against Tennessee, right? It looked like Tennessee had them dead to rights. And in the second half, they said, all right, we're back to what we were doing in 2021 and beyond, all right? Like, we can't let this stand. And they decided to be Nick Saban once again. They are fantastic. And With a win against LSU, you get another really great win on your resume, and you look like a really good threat to Georgia. Because as good as Georgia is, the committee agrees with me. I'm not scared of them this year the way I was scared of them in 2021. 2021 was just, I don't know we're ever going to see a Georgia team that great. Okay. 2022, they were still really damn good. And when we thought they weren't really damn good, they went and put 60 up on the defending national champion runner-up Texas Christian Horned Frogs. Let them score the first quarter and never again. It's like that. I think Bama has it in them to win a national championship. It's about Jalen Milroe continuing to grow. It's about Tommy Rees putting him in great position to succeed. It's about that defense continuing to be tenacious with the D. If you like what you've seen, consider subscribing to the #1 college football show on YouTube, the Fox Sports app, or wherever you get your podcast.